looking at how to install Postgres on your MacBook, right? So whatever kind of MacBook it is that you are using. And when I was trying to set up mine, I had to go through the hard way, which is downloading the Postgres app and all of that before I could use it on my system. But what I did was it added another user for me, such that when I want to log in to my system, I'll be seeing two users, right? And it was really not cool. I just want to see only myself and all of that, right? So what I did was it got to a point and I removed it, right? But I was trying to use Postgres some days ago, and then I realized that I've uninstalled the Postgres app, and I had to do like an extensive research. It took me like hours before I finally found this hack. Let me just launch my PG4 without the Postgres app and see me basking in my Postgres database, right? So I'm going to put in my password and try to check my server. Oh, let me log in here again. And voila, without the need of me using any Postgres app. Of course, I can check in database. All I have just now, because I just reinstalled it back, is just the PG4 default database that I have there, right? So this is what we are going to get at the end of this lesson, of course. So let's get started. What is the first thing you need to do? The first thing you need to do is to just search for Postgres on Google, right? Then click the very first link, right? And then that's going to bring you in. So we'll click on download, right? And that would bring us to this page. So I'm going to click macOS because that is my OS, right? So I'm going to use the interactive installer by EDB, right? There are other means of installing, right? So you can use the Postgres app, which is of course what a lot of tutorials on YouTube are giving out. You can use Homebrew, right? And any other one that you can work around with, but I'm going to use installer by EDB. So I'm going to click on that download button right there, and that will take me to the download page, right? I was using 14.7 earlier, but when I was looking for a way to solve the problem of me not using the Postgres app, because that was adding an extra account, like an extra user to my system, I was using 14.7, but this time around I downloaded 15.2, right? So once you download that, click on that download button, and that's going to have your GNG file downloaded for you, right? So once you're done downloading, what you want to go to is downloads, right? And I can see right here. So when I open that, it's going to show me this. It's very straightforward. Just click through and install, right? But because I've installed already, I need to put in my password for this, right? It's just going to show me the pop-up, and that's okay. Let's see how we have it on there. Yeah, there we have it. And just a click through, like I said, right? Next, you can see I don't want the stack builder because I don't need it. So next again, next, 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 right? It's just going to install it, and what it's saying is that shut down pgAdmin server. Please ensure that pgAdmin server is shut down before proceeding with upgrade. Of course, I don't need to upgrade mine, right? So I'm just going to cancel that basically because I don't need. Or let me just let it finish installing so I don't break stuff, right? So that's going to finish installing, and then do every other thing that it wants to do for you and all of that. And that's just a simple hack to it. You don't need to use the Postgres app anymore. That is going to add one more account or one more user to your PC for you. It's just you and you alone. It's cool when I want to log into my system and I can see only my username, not some Postgres information and the likes, right? So let's just wait for this to finish installing, right? And then creating user accounts and all of that. Of course, I've set my part. Some point it will ask you for your password, so you set the password that you want to use to access the how DBM is. So it's just like a general set of security, right? That does not relate to when you are setting up your user passwords and you are creating your users, right? So I'm done. And then if I try to close this, so I'm just going to quit that and then relaunch it back. Basically, once you're done installing, it's going to add few things to your system. These are just added, the documentations and reload configuration. Now I even have the command line prompts, right, which I can just write directly from my command line. But let's try to log in again and see what we have. So one more password, and here we are in. So let's try to create a database to ensure that of course this is working fine. So I'm going to right click on these and create database, right? I'm going to call this testing, right? And owner of course is still Postgres because I don't have any owner. Basically, I'm just going to call these testing database development, right? And I'll click save to that. Right, so that's going to create, and then there and there I have my testing database. So if I go into my schemas and scroll down to my tables and try to create a table, right? So I'm just call these sales, and then I'm going to just leave all of this. Basically, let's go to the columns. So my names add name is ID, data type should be serial, right? So I'm just going to leave that serial, and of course not no, right? You can set that as primary key as well, right? Then I have this is a sales table, maybe dates purchased something, right? Just something of my head, right? And this is going to be a date feed, basically, and of course not no, basically, and then maybe quantity, something like that. So quantity, right? And of course this is going to be an integer, right? I'm just going to put an integer here, right? Then of course no, let me just save to that. So that's going to create my table. So if I go to scripts for my table or insert scripts, right? What I want to do here is then insert information into it. So I'm going to say one. My date is going to be 2023. Um, Today is 11th, right? So that should be 04 11th, and then quantity maybe 4, right? Then I'm going to execute that, right? And that has been successfully added to my DB, right? So if I select all the information, which is do select star from sales, right? And I execute that, I have, oh, it's saying, oh, sorry, I need to select this. So then I'm going to, okay, let me just take this away from you. Sorry about that. That I have some errors there. So I'm just going to let's see again. Yep, yeah, well, that works now. So we can see 2023 for 11, and there we have our Postgres database up and running. Thank you for sticking with me. Don't forget to subscribe and also hit the like button so that this video can go viral and can help a lot of people like myself and like yourself. Bye for now.